The Milwaukee Bucks made one of the most shocking moves of the offseason so far yesterday, and I'm still not over it. So up until yesterday, the Bucks did make some nice moves, just re-signing some of their guys, Gary Trent, Kevin Porter Jr., Torian Prince. So I was thinking, hey, they're having a nice offseason so far, but I think they want to get some new guys on the team. They can't just run it back with the same team that just lost to the Pacers. And Dame is out the whole year, so you can't just sit on your hands like this and waste the year of Giannis, in my opinion. But then you get the notification the morning after Miles Turner has agreed to a 4-year deal with the Bucks on a pretty big contract. But honestly, it's a pretty decent deal for what he does, starting center on one of the best teams last year. So I was so happy with that. But then I'm like, how does this even work financially? The Bucks did not have this much cap space. They did have an MLE apparently, which actually I'm not sure if they did. But the Bucks wanted Miles Turner, and they found a way to do it by stretching or waiving and stretching Damian Lillard, which was the most shocking move I've seen in a long time. Initially, I was unsure how to feel with the move, honestly. Like, Dame was one of my favorite players. Obviously, I'm a Bucks fan here, so I mean, I've grown to love Dame, but I've also loved him when he was on the Blazers. Like, he was still one of my guys, so it was tough seeing that, and I felt bad for him, obviously, with how it ended, tearing his Achilles. Just a rough ending to this tenure, and it just never worked out. Our whole team just was never healthy enough together in the playoffs, which just sucks, but it is what it is. But then I came to realize, like, this is what you need to do. You need to go all in with Giannis when you have him on the team. This is a generational superstar. So that's why I applaud the Bucks front office so much. Every time a situation feels like it's going downhill, they find a way to make a big move. First of all, in 2020-ish, Drew Holiday, after 21, it was a 2020 season after the bubble. They trade for Drew Holiday. I mean, they had assets then. They had their picks. That was like, okay, good trade. They gave up a lot, whatever. But I like Drew Holiday as a fit there. Then, a couple years ago, when we got Dame, that was like, nobody seen it coming. We did not have the assets, but somehow we made it work. Drew and like a pick or two. Like, it was not even that big of a deal to get Damian Lillard on your team. But now, like this, nobody expected this to happen. We had no assets. We had the one pick we can trade is 2031. That's it right now. We have Kyle Kuzma on our roster, which I initially thought he was going to be in a sign and trade for Turner, and I was so happy with that. But I think we need to find a way to trade him now. I'm not sure if we actually trade him right now or we wait, because next offseason, the Bucks will be able to trade 3 first-round picks if they don't trade that the 2031 pick right now. They'll have the 2026 first-round pick on draft night. They'll have 2031 and then 2033, which is like crazy to think about. 2033, that's 8 years away right now. So who even cares? Honestly, I think we try to maximize this Giannis era the most we can, because we're never gonna see a superstar like him again. But yeah, anyway, the most shocking move was the waiving of Damian Lillard, which is the biggest wave and stretch of all time by far, which we're going to be paying him $22 million per year for the next 5 years, which, I mean, it is what it is. You kind of think of it as you're paying Turner like $49 million a year-ish, which it means a massive contract for Turner, basically, if you think about it that way. But you got off Pat Connaughton too. We got to trade 2 second-round picks for that, but that was a bad deal from him. He had like a $9 million deal, but it was expiring, so I'm not sure why they had him attached. I guess nobody was looking to take on $9 million right now. But anyways, I think the Bucks need to get one more point guard on the roster. Maybe they try to get Ryan Rollins back on the team. I would like him. He's a decent young player, young guard that we could use. But otherwise, maybe a veteran point guard. I heard they were interested in Chris Paul. I'm not sure how to feel about Chris Paul, though. He has some beef with Giannis and stuff, so I'm not sure how that actually plays out. But maybe a reunion with Malcolm Brogdon could be in the cards, something like that. But honestly, this team, it's not going to win a championship unless Giannis goes on an insane run. Like, I mean, insane, which he's already been insane. So it's, like, hard to ask him of that. But you got Kevin Porter Jr. and Gary Trent. Hopefully not Kuzma at the 3. I'm hoping they start AJ Green maybe, but maybe it'll be a little bit too small to play. But then Giannis and Turner, it's a great fit together in my opinion. And the other side of this is you got Miles Turner coming from the Pacers, who obviously were big rivals of the Bucks as of late. So that's kind of a funny angle of it too. And the Pacers just cheaped out on Miles Turner. They did not want to pay him as much as the Bucks did, and there was no other cap space teams at this point, so I don't really blame them for trying to get a little bit better of a deal for him. But the Bucks magically come up with some cap space. This was not seen at all because nobody thought they were gonna waive Dame. Who does that? Nobody's ever done that actually. So yeah, this was unexpected for sure. But I mean, the East is wide open next year, so that's why I think the Bucks did this. They can't take a gap year right now. This is the perfect year for them to try to do something. I'm not sure if they can actually win the championship. I really don't think they can with this lineup, or this team, or this roster, whatever you want to call it. But, I mean, they're one move away from, I think, being pretty competitive. I think they're decently competitive right now, and you got Giannis on the team, so you never know what could actually happen this year. But I'm hoping for the best. I also want to address one more topic here. Giannis apparently not pleased with this move, and I don't believe it for 1 second. There was also a report saying that him and Miles Turner wanted to play together, allegedly or whatever, but obviously it was more about them waiving Dame was what he was unpleased about, allegedly. I think he was trying to just put it out there that this was not his decision, even though he might have had a hand in it, who really knows. But he's trying to be the good guy. He's like, oh yeah, I would never do this to any of my teammates. That's messed up. But honestly, Dame seems to be happy now, so I think it was a win-win all around. I mean, the Bucks have to pay him over the next 5 years, so that's not really a win. But, I mean, they got out of that contract at least, so at least they can move forward with a new version of this team. I think, and also another key thing that happened this offseason was letting Brook Lopez walk. And then get a better version of Brook, basically, and a younger, more athletic version of him. So I think it's going to be perfect for the fit with Giannis, at least. The guard play is a little scary, but, I mean, I think they can make one more move, or they just let it ride and maybe make a move next year. So we'll see what happens with that, but I want to thank you guys for watching. I think I'm going to be making a little bit more videos talking about the NBA offseason too, so subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Peace.